To check the alignment on the flash suppressor using the USGI design, take 3 parts of the T1 armor tool, the main tool body, the alignment gauge, and the throat erosion section, thread them together. Gently insert the gauge into the end of the flash suppressor. The end of the alignment gauge has a thicker section. The thicker section should not touch the inside diameter of the flash suppressor. If it does, your flash suppressor may be loose or the suppressor may be bent. If the alignment gauge does touch the inside of the flash suppressor at the thicker portion, you may end up getting a bullet strike. Okay, on rifles with shorter muzzle devices, you just need the 2 sections, the main tool body and the alignment gauge to check the flash suppressor alignment. Gently insert it into the muzzle device. The thicker section of the alignment gauge has been designed so that it will not hit the crown of the barrel. To operate the spindle valve, take the multi-stick, insert it into the small hexagonal hole of the main tool body, and then use the screwdriver end to manipulate the spindle valve. Normally you don't have to adjust the windage knob, but when you reassemble it you do have to adjust it. In that case, you can use the multi-stick in the main tool body as a screwdriver to tighten the little lock nut on the inside of the windage knob. To tighten the elevation screw, put your fingers around the elevation knob using the multi-stick in the main tool body. Use that as a screwdriver to tighten by turning clockwise. If you need to loosen it, turn counterclockwise. Okay, we're removing the gas cylinder plug with the main tool body and the gas cylinder lock wrench. You can take the gas cylinder plug out and thread it into the gas cylinder lock wrench if it's a T3 or T4 from Battle Arms Development. That way the gas cylinder plug is more easily found when you get ready to assemble the rifle. Okay, we're now going to assemble the gas system. Remove the gas cylinder plug from the gas cylinder lock wrench. Insert it into the gas cylinder lock and gas cylinder. Using the main tool body, using the large hexagonal opening in the gas cylinder lock wrench, turn the main tool body clockwise to tighten. If you need to disassemble your magazine to lube and clean it, take the multi-stick and the main tool body, use it to remove the floor plate. Take the hooked end of the multi-stick, stick it into the drain hole of the floor plate, have it face away from you, lift up on the floor plate, and then pull out. You can use the multi-stick to gently clean the face of the bolt and underneath the extractor claw. Be careful as you clean the extractor claw that you don't lift the extractor out of the bolt. If you're disassembling the rear sight, you can use the multi-stick to remove the rear sight base and the rear sight cover. After the rear sight knobs and the aperture have been removed, take the thread protector, thread it onto the multi-stick. Using the side of the hook, you would place it underneath the bottom of the rear sight base and use it as a lever to push up on the rear sight base. The rear sight base and the rear sight cover will come out of the pocket. The T1 armor also has an internal grease storage compartment. To access it, remove the alignment gauge from the main tool body. If you have contents in the main tool body, just be mindful that they may spill out. Take the multi-stick screwdriver, unthread the cap on the grease storage compartment. Take your multi-stick hooked in, pull out some grease, and apply it to the receiver. Okay, the main tool body has a storage compartment. You can put the stock liner bit in there, your thread protector, small parts like an extractor, bolt lock spring, extractor spring, other small parts as you wish, and then you secure it with the alignment gauge. And you have spare parts in the field. If you have a wood stock and you would like to recondition the wood, you will need to remove the metal hardware as much as possible. Part of that process is removing the stock liner inside the magazine well. On either side of the stock there's a liner screw that secures the stock liner to the stock. Take the tool bit from your armorer tool, place it into the large hexagonal opening on the main tool body, and then insert the tool bit pins into the liner screw. Make sure it's clean and it's tight, and then turn counterclockwise to remove the liner screw. As you can see, the liner is being pulled off of the liner screw. To remove the screws in the butt plate, place the multi-stick into the main tool body. Use a screwdriver in to loosen the screws. Once it's broke free, just take the multi-stick and unthread the screw using the multi-stick. Okay, the T1 armor can be used to open up the buttstock door. Using the multi-stick inside the main tool body, use the hook of the multi-stick to grasp the top of the detent on the door and open up the buttstock door. The T1 armor can be stored in the buttstock of the M14 rifle. Take the flash suppressor alignment gauge, insert the large end first into the upper hole in the buttstock. Next, place the muzzle wear gauge into the same hole. And then lastly, the trigger takedown pin will go into the same hole, the upper hole in the buttstock. Take a couple of cleaning patches, stuff it into the bottom of those tools so that it minimizes the rattle in the buttstock, and it also protects the tools as it's transported. Close the storage compartment door, close the flapper, ready to go.